Hi, my name is Patrick Mandible, and I'm a graduate student studying sport and exercise psychology at the University of Kentucky. I'm taking a group dynamics course, and in it we're learning about how the stability of norms influences group conformity. So we've all been on a team where we're trying to change the culture, but we realize it doesn't happen overnight. Now, there's a study that explains this. In 1961, Jacobs and Campbell had 4 participants identify how far a light moves. And so 3 of these individuals were accomplices. They knew what was going on, and their job was to intentionally incorrectly identify how far this light moves. They all said it moved 15 to 16 inches from the original spot. And there was a 4th participant who is considered naive. And this naive participant correctly identified on the first try that the light had moved about 4 inches. Now, as they hear the other people in the group's responses, over time, with more and more trials, that naive participant slowly shifts towards that 15 to 16 inch mark, which was incorrect, but they conformed to the group norms. So a ripple they put in this experiment was they started to filter out and increase generations in this trial. So they had one of the accomplices leave and insert a new naive participant. Now, we would find the same thing again. The naive participant would come to conform to the group norm. And so it took 4 to 5 generations for that group to get back to the correct answer of 4 inches. And so this kind of goes into the perception of team dynamics, because you'll have a team at the beginning of the year, they say, we're going to change the culture. Let's have a team meeting. And so the coach or the captain sits down with the team meeting, tries to go over some goals, things that we want to work on as a group. And there's the risk for group conformity and groupthink in those instances. So how do we combat that? One thing I'd want to do is individually sit down with an athlete and ask them. First question I'd ask is, what's the group norms? What are the group standards? What is it currently like on the team? Once I can get their perception on what the current team culture and dynamic is, the better I'll be able to understand where they're coming from. Secondly, I'll ask them, if you were to create your own team from scratch, what would your team culture be? Because that will really get at what they want as an athlete and what they're looking for. So whether it's different from the culture or the same, you'll be able to identify what that team needs based on the individual athlete's needs. And once you're able to kind of compile all of their needs, you'll have a clearer picture of what the actual needs of that team are, rather than what the group expectations have been and will continue to be for generations to come. Ideally, I would hope that this would accelerate the process of changing a team's culture, rather than having to go through multiple generations of change before you actually reach the desired destination. So I'm new to this space. I'm really hoping to learn some more. So I'm kind of curious what your guys' perceptions are, what some of your questions you guys would have to ask athletes, and how you would navigate trying to change a team's culture in a much more efficient manner. So thank you.